lights are off, the crowd goes quiet. The lights are off, the crowd goes quiet. The audience buzzes with excitement. And as the music comes on, the crowd goes quiet, and an excited buzz runs around the room, and the lights fade out. Why do lights in a live production matter? You might be thinking, duh, so you can see the stage. And yes, you're right, but what about blackouts, or an intimate moment between two lovebirds? Lighting is more than visibility, it's storytelling. If you've ever seen a live theater production, you might not have even noticed the lights, but a single lighting cue can shift the tone of an entire scene. Now, imagine you're 13 and grew up in theater. Your family's been involved for as long as you can remember. You love to be on stage. For a few years now, you've been your grandmother's assistant as she directs her annual summer musical, running errands and sharing late night dinners, but you hadn't had the opportunity to be in one of her productions for some time now. Then one year, she asks if you would want to try to learn how to use the spotlight for her latest production. And of course, because she's your mentor, you say yes, unaware that this would spark an entirely new passion, lights. You might be thinking, well, that was oddly specific. And again, you'd be right. This was me, Breezy Bowen, in the summer of 2021. I watched each year as my grandmother scrambled to put her show together. She programmed lights, designed the sets and costumes, directed, and more, all while putting time aside for her family. I want to be just like her, and although I don't know if I've told her directly or not, she has truly been my role model and mentor. The following year, in summer 2022, she trusted me with a much larger job, the light board, which is a complicated and technical job that can change the entire mood of a production. I learned that lighting isn't just functional, it's emotional. It shapes the audience's experience in ways they might not even realize. Now, close your eyes. No, seriously, close them. Think about a live production you've seen. Visualize all the details, the costumes, hair, makeup, lights, sound, special effects, sets, props, etc. Now take all of those details away. What are you left with? Nothing. You can open your eyes now. Every piece of live theater is so crucial that without it, it wouldn't be possible. When a cast thanks the technicians saying, "Without you, this wouldn't be possible," trust me, they're serious. And this is what I want people to understand. Every piece of theater and film is vital to make the best production possible. And while I could go into each detail I mentioned earlier, along with so many pieces that the audience doesn't even get to see, I won't, because my true passion is the lights. As Jennifer Tipton said, good lighting makes the audience feel the story, not just watch it. The lights bring everything together. It adds so much emotion to a scene that most people don't even realize. An intimate moment between two people, a flashback, a character feeling angry or sad, a happy and fun scene, a fight, an imagination sequence, and so much more. The way the light hits someone's face can change everything. For me, lighting became more than just an art. It became a lifeline. As someone who struggled with mental health, theater is my escape. It's always been consistent and has been a very good distraction from my struggles. I never want to leave, and I'm always looking for a reason to be there. Being part of a show gave me purpose, belonging, and a reason to push forward. That feeling, that connection, is why I want to pursue a career in lighting design. When my grandmother asked me to run the spotlight that summer, I was going through one of the hardest times of my life. I was surrounded by people that I loved, and I was having tons of fun, but for some reason, when I would lie down to sleep at night, I would lay awake for hours, unable to sleep. I went into deep, depressive episodes, often telling myself that I have it so good and that it's not fair for me to be having a hard time because so many people have it worse. And by morning, I had only gotten a few hours of sleep, if any at all. Now, with that, I will never forget the feeling I had when the cast gestured toward the tech booth on opening night of the show. I had this feeling in my gut. It felt empty, but full at the same time. When we met as a cast on closing night, I remember how sad I was, but I still felt good. It was all very confusing, but I knew that I had done something that made a difference for many people, even if I didn't get to see the impact directly, I knew that it did. And that's what made me want to do it over and over again. Not many people understand all of the work that goes into making a show come to life. It takes countless hours of everything to come together for a live production, and generally, technicians simply get a gesture at the end of each show and their name in a program that most people don't even look at. And this has to change. Now, I don't know how to do that, but what I do know is that I need to keep making a difference and move forward with my career in lighting. And that's where you come in. I want to become a certified lighting designer, which takes at least 3 years of being a lead lighting designer. And this takes a lot more work than you would think. There are 8 main steps to becoming a lead lighting designer. Learning the basics of lighting design, gaining hands-on experience, assisting established lighting designers, building a portfolio, developing artistic and technical skills, networking in the industry, start designing my own shows, and establish myself as a lead designer. All of these things are essential for making the productions I am part of just a little more meaningful for someone. While I have gained so much experience already, having worked with multiple lighting programs, mainly consisting of EOS and Magic Q, programming and running the lights for community productions, and learning what movers, LED park hand lights, sight, spotlights, and so much more are, and what they do, I still have far to go. Recently, I interviewed a professional technician named Eric Teisinger, who explained to me how crucial networking is. So, my next step is to continue to gain experience and network with professionals in my industry. These steps require training and equipment, and I'm asking for your support to make that happen. This is what I am seeking from the NGA board. The total cost is $2,336, which includes $1,550 for a 2-week technical theater camp at A&M Corpus Christi. At this intensive camp, I will take specialized theater classes, technical theater classes, gain hands-on experience, and learn more about not only lighting, but also sound, stage management, set design, and so much more. Ending the 2 weeks with a fully produced live production, allowing me to apply my newly honed skills in a real-world setting. $450 goes to a specialized electronic theater controls, or ETC, lighting camp, a highly specialized camp that focuses on mastering industry-standard ETC lighting systems used in theaters everywhere. I will receive hands-on training from experts, surrounded by people who are looking to further their education in lighting, just like me. And lastly, $336 goes to 46 online ETC courses, ending with an EOS certification. These courses take more than 100 hours to complete and will provide in-depth knowledge of the EOS system, one of the most widely used control platforms in the industry. This certification not only expands my technical expertise, but it will also strengthen my resume, making me a more competitive candidate for future internships and job opportunities. Receiving funding for these is an incredible opportunity to grow my network, get a realistic look into what running a summer camp looks like, and allow me to work on multiple of the 8 steps, including developing artistic and technical skills, gaining hands-on experience, and arguably the most important, networking in the industry. What makes me think I can do this? Well, if you ask the people who know me, they know that I will not stop doing what I love, and if I commit to it, I can and will get it done, even if it's challenging. For example, when I was 14, I decided that I wanted to be part of 30 stage productions by the age of 16, which would mean I would have to more than double my previous involvements per semester. It was hard, but I pushed myself, and I achieved my goal. In return for your support, I promise to work relentlessly on becoming a certified lighting designer. I promise to network with industry professionals and seek out every opportunity to grow. I promise that I will use my skills to add emotion and enhance productions and find ways to bring well-deserved recognition to lighting designers around the world. And finally, I promise that I will do everything in my power to create opportunities for young people to explore the art of lighting. My first step is contacting my community theater and discussing and opening a lighting class for this summer or the next that I will not only plan, but execute and teach, so that children who see an interest in lighting, just like I did so long ago, have the opportunity to try it out. And my request for all of you, the audience, is to notice. Notice every piece of a production, the lights, the sound, hair and costumes, the work of every technician, and thank them. Their work makes a difference, even if you don't always see it. And to any technicians listening, thank you. What you do is important, and I see it. And I hope that after my talk, all of these people see it too. And I want to close with this quote. Lighting is an invisible art. It should be felt more than seen. Thank you.